something I've kept hidden. And this whole statement may be all over the place, but please, it means a lot if you could just at least hear me out. I protected someone who I loved with all my heart so she could flourish. But upon talking with people, I realized it's not healthy to just sit here and accept that I did have a big impact on the situation. The reason I want to address this is because I do believe it was a big part of my reputation getting hit, and due to 2 tweets that were made about me by Lyndi, as well as her stream she did, I just want to give full context to everything involving these 2 incidents so it's clear. That's why I'm here. Understand, I'm not trying to get into the whole relationship, nor trying to victim blame. I just want to get things from my side out, and it's always important to see both sides. I truly believe I own up to my mistakes 100%. And I have proved I have learned from my mistakes. All right. So I met Lyndi in 2020, all right? And we started talking and flirting for a bit. But at the time, I didn't know she had a boyfriend, but eventually found out 2 months later. I told her I didn't want to be in any sort of drama or beef, and she told me not to worry and that she knows what she's doing. I made similar mistakes at the time. So a couple days later, I pretty much told her I didn't want to continue talking like this, and if she had a boyfriend, that we couldn't continue. But since I was making similar mistakes, as I said, I was willing not to look too deep into it. She broke up with her boyfriend willingly a couple of days later and surprised me. Her boyfriend was constantly donating to her stream and spamming her on Discord with accounts, so I spoke to him and he told me a lot of bad things about her and that she's a cheat, but I didn't really think about it too deeply, nor did I really give a fuck, and told him to fuck off. We started dating in 2020, and honestly, we were 2 different people from different backgrounds and different cultures and value. We would find long distance at the time very hard, and trying to figure out how to navigate through it all as we learn about each other and respect each other's boundaries. We did have many problems, which did lead to us having very bad toxicity from both parts, but I just want to try and focus on my toxicity in 2020 as it's important to the context of the specific situation. When you're with someone for so long, you can easily take all the negatives and speak about them and portray the relationship as useless and very toxic and going nowhere. Or you can speak about the good and how things were fixed and how we dealt with each other's boundaries and learn to become better and stronger together. Or a bit of both. Like I said, I am not victim blaming. I'm just giving my side of things from the tweet that she posted as well as the stream. I think it's important to note that you can either portray a problem as it is, to be honest, or you could just leave out the context and leave it like that, or you can talk about the problem, why the problem occurred, as well as the resolution and if that problem was reoccurring. I think it's important to get my side of the story out because it did damage my reputation a lot. So this is why I'm doing this. So an example of this would be Lyndi would make a statement saying, I told her who she was doing makeup for, why she was doing makeup, and why did she want to do it before stream, right? Now, if you just leave that statement and leave it like that, of course it sounds bad. However, you got to put context to it. Lyndi was very OCD, and during her daily routine back in 2020, everything had to be perfect. Or she would get severely negative and upset and say the day is wasted or a failure. This would take a toll on me as well, and in the moment it was frustrating. So I told her, who are you doing makeup for? Who are you trying to impress? Why do you do it if it's so frustrating or slowing you down? Now you can stop the story there, right? And it makes it sound like terrible, or you can add the context to it. Which is, this obviously made her upset, and I told her, listen, you're beautiful with or without makeup. You have to understand that you can't put this pressure on you making every day perfect and going by routine, sticking to it. And you can't let things like being late or being more anxious that slows you down affect the whole day. Listen, I understand, chat. Listen, okay? The point I'm just trying to make. All right, let me just talk from like me. The point I'm making is you can easily take a problem, okay? And you can take that problem and just say that specific problem. For example, he told me why I was doing makeup. Or you can add context to it and put the whole situation, the resolution of the problem, why the problem occurred, and then you can talk about it, right? So, for example, she would say on her stream, he wouldn't let me put makeup on, which isn't true. Now, what I meant, or what the context of that situation, that specific situation is, listen, you don't have to be so stressed every day. You don't have to worry every single day. You don't have to let everything, doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you're consistent, right? If one day you have to stream without makeup, stream without makeup. If one day you have to stream without a face cam, stream without a face cam. It doesn't matter. You're beautiful with makeup, without makeup. Makeup, you without makeup, you're not ugly. And that's all I said to her. If you have to stream, don't put this pressure on you that you have to be perfect and everything needs to go 100%. Obviously, she took this to heart. And the next day, there's a clip of her even saying on stream, then fuck it. Turned her cam on with no makeup and said if she was going to do this streaming thing, then she's not going to, take it like perfectly and stress herself out and make herself worry. And that was it. You guys don't understand what I'm trying to say? All I'm trying to say is, right, in a relationship, if you have problems, you resolve them, okay? Instead of just saying that problem was there throughout the whole relationship. The problem was resolved, the problem was sorted, the problem was good. That's literally all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm trying to say. Now, the reason you guys are asking who asked, okay, the reason I'm saying, okay, let me just do this on my own, okay? Like, without this super script. The reason I'm adding this context is because what I'm about to talk about is going to make sense, okay? So just remember, we had our problems 3 years ago in 2020. We resolved them, we fixed them, we talked about them, and then we would move on, okay? You guys, I mean, if you guys don't want to hear both sides, then it's fair enough. But issues I had with Lyndi in 2020 was basically she would tell me she would go to sleep, right? Then I would catch her like offline on the server with other guys one on one or on Discord. And obviously, I'm going to get upset. I'm going to be like, it feels like I'm being betrayed, which caused very toxic arguments between us and honestly created a lot of trust issues for both of us. I wasn't pleased with it at all. And I wasn't pleased with her being overly sexual and using the game as an excuse. Right? But should I just get to the bit where there's proof and like I just want to get my side out? That's literally it. I had a jealous mindset. I was toxic in 2020. Okay. And I was very toxic. Okay. After the good talk, right? We pretty much learned each other's boundaries and started to respect each other more. We both showed genuine change. However, every time we argued, she would hold 20 over me in every fight after we forgave each other and we would use it to our advantage for our mistakes at the current time. Okay, listen. The point I'm trying to make is we had a lot of problems in 2020. All right. The way I wasn't normal. I had a lot of toxicity in me and I did improve and I did change. Okay. Same with her. She had a lot of toxicity. We had a lot of arguments. I'm sure she'll show a lot of screenshots of toxic arguments. All I'm trying to say is it's very important to look at the problem, see the context behind the problem, and do the whole thing and look at the whole thing and how we resolved it. That's it.